Hey guys, what's up? It's Charlie here, and today we're going to be looking at 10 genius ways kids cheat on school tests. Whether you're in school now or have finished school, a lot of people don't much like school, and the worst part about school has to be the tests. Well, here are 10 genius methods kids have used to cheat in tests that will blow your mind. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe to my new channel, The Crafty. Anyone who comments on The Crafty's video saying they subscribed will be shouted out in the next Top 10s video. So head on over there after this video, and also why not subscribe to Top 10s too. Coming in at number 10 is spy gadgets. When we think of people who would use spy gadgets, we'd probably imagine a James Bond figure, or perhaps even a scary Russian spy, or Tom Cruise. But it turns out that kids are now using spy gadgets. But instead of obtaining great secrets with them, they're trying to pass an algebra test. One gadget a lot of kids use is spy glasses, which project text onto their eyes. This allows them to input useful tips and formulas into the glasses and then use them in the exam without anyone realizing. However, some schools have caught on and have banned these, which is why many students are now going above and beyond. Some students in China use invisible ink and write things on their hands to be seen in the exam with a black light, while other kids have been using spy cameras clipped onto their shirt while broadcasting the exam to a friend. Then with a hidden earpiece, their friend can give them the answers like a phone call. Wow, after setting all that up, maybe it would be easier to just study for the exam. They may be cheating, but you have to give these kids some credit. It's impressive the stuff they come up with. Have you ever tried out a James Bond style gadget to help you in a test? Next up is water bottle label. When you enter an exam, you can't bring in many things. Chewing gum, cell phones, and various other things are confiscated before you begin. But one thing you can bring into exams is a water bottle, your water bottle, and your water bottle label. Some kids have caught on to this and now Photoshop water bottle labels, writing answers where the small print is on the labels. They then stick them onto water bottles to be read out in the test. Sometimes, so it doesn't look too obvious, kids will write on the inside of water bottle labels and read through the bottle. The most popular brand of water to do this with is vitamin water, because there's so much text on those bottles. Another genius way kids use water bottles to cheat is by cutting paper into circles and folding them up. They then glue them into the lid of the water bottle to create a super hidden cheat sheet. This is one smart life hack when you think about it. Would you ever consider using a water bottle to help you cheat? Next up is rubber bands. One method a lot of kids use is rubber bands. You may be thinking, how on earth could a rubber band help you cheat at school? But where there's a will, there's a way, and some crafty students have definitely found a way. Some students stretch rubber bands across books and then write test answers on them. Then when the rubber band isn't stretched, the writing looks like a design. The students then wear the rubber bands to the test like a bracelet. Then when they're taking the test, they can simply stretch out the rubber band to see what they've written. And if their professor walks by, they can simply collapse the band again, hiding what it says. This is a pretty genius way to cheat, as it's out of the box and most people wouldn't even realize. But if your professor is privy to this, they will see the rubber band on your arm and know something is up. I guess you just have to hope they don't watch Top 10s. But let's be real, who doesn't watch Top 10s? I never liked you anyway, Patrick. Next up is hidden headphones. Obviously, one way to cheat is to listen to the answers you've recorded yourself. But there's just no way you'd be able to listen to headphones in a test without your professor getting in the way. But some kids have found a way around this. They simply wear a hoodie or a long sweater into the test. They then snake their headphones up one of the sleeves until it fits into their hand. They then lean their hand on their head like many do in tests, but they lean with their headphones near their ear. This way they can hear the recordings they've made earlier to the test answers and useful things like rules and formulas. If you ever try this out, just be sure to not have your headphones too loud, or it might be a big giveaway. Some students have even used Bluetooth devices and hidden earpieces. They then either play a recording of themselves giving information or give their friend a microphone and get them to give them the info. This is a smart way to cheat and works a lot of the time. However, it does come with a great risk. Would you ever try out this genius cheating method? Next up is Band-Aid. Some schools who have become savvy to cheating students make them remove certain things before going into tests. These can include spy glasses or mysterious rubber bands. But one thing teachers would never ask you to remove is a Band-Aid. Firstly, because it could hurt, but also it could look pretty nasty. Some students have taken advantage of this fact and used Band-Aids to their advantage in tests. Some students act like they need a Band-Aid, except they don't. Really, on the inside is test answers written on it. When they're in the test, they simply peel it up in order to reveal their answers. One thing you must remember to do before this is to ensure the corners are not stuck down too well, otherwise it could kind of hurt ripping the plaster up to check your answers. Would you ever try out this odd Band-Aid test hack? To be honest, I can't say I would. Next up is mini writing. We've seen people hide things under band-aids, inside water bottles, and even have information fed to them in an earpiece. It sounds crazy, but many kids are now hiding their cheat sheets in plain sight. One kid was caught out for writing some tiny equations and answers to math questions on his thumbnail. Another girl in 2015 wrote some small equations on her teeth and then used a small makeup mirror to check the answers in the— Now that's thinking outside the box. Another thing some people do is write answers in very small writing on pencils. And mechanical pencils can also be used to hide really small notes inside. So if you have tiny hands, a fine pencil, and some little scraps of paper, you can do this. Would you try this out? I definitely wouldn't try out the teeth one. Next up is shoes. This hack involves wearing slip-on shoes. As we said, you can't wear things like glasses into an exam. But obviously, they're not going to make you remove your shoes. So some students take advantage of this. They buy inner soles for their shoes, but they write on them. They write anything from test answers to formulas to quotes on their inner soles. Inner soles only cost a few dollars and they slip into any shoe. However, it's usually best to wear a light-colored inner sole so you can see your writing. That way, you should be able to periodically slip off your shoe so you can check out your answers. This is a smart hack, and it's becoming more and more popular in the USA, and even some top students at universities have been caught using this. Maybe that's how they got into the universities. Just to make sure your feet don't smell bad, otherwise your professor might fail you anyway for stinking up the room. Next up is secret calculators. In some tests you can bring in calculators, but in others calculators are not allowed. However, in the tests that do allow them, some students use this to their sneaky advantage. Some people either break a calculator or use a broken calculator and turn it into the ultimate cheating machine. They take the inside of a calculator apart, leaving just the casing. This usually leaves adequate room for most iPhones. Then once the iPhone is inside, you can replace the faceplate and other elements to conceal your secret phone calculator. This is a super crafty hack, as when the phone is locked, it simply looks like a calculator screen. Also, professors aren't usually up with the latest tech, so they won't even realize your calculator looks suspiciously like a phone screen. This works with other phones too, but iPhones are best thanks to them being so thin. But just don't try this with the newest iPhones, as they're likely way too big to fit in the calculator. Seriously, when are the sizes of iPhones and iPads finally going to cross over? Next up is hidden cell phones. We all know schools don't allow certain things into tests, but the number one thing not allowed in tests is cell phones. But there's not many things that can separate teens from their phones, and school is definitely not one of them. Some students wear long sleeve shirts and lay one sleeve on the table. They then use their free arm under the table to Google answers on their phones. This is a super easy but effective method. However, if your teacher is privy to people doing this, they may understand the reason behind your armless sleeve and fail you. Well, if you think your teacher has noticed you doing this, you can simply slip the phone into your pocket and say you were just randomly taking your arm out of your sleeve. It may not sound convincing, but they can't prove it if they didn't see it. Has anyone tried this trick out? And if so, did it work? Next up is inside shirt. This hack works a lot better for girls. Sorry guys, some girls hide cheat sheets inside their shirts. It would be weird for a professor to focus their sight on your chest to check it out, so most girls get away with it. But some guys haven't been so lucky and have been caught out. People have been attaching cheat sheets to the seams on their shirts. This simply means they can look down and check out their answers. This is a very subtle cheating method, as you don't even have to move your head, just your eyes. This is a fairly new hack which actually originated in Canada and became popular when a male student got suspended for doing it. Yeah, as I said, probably best to leave this one to the girls. It's just too risky, guys. Not that I would ever encourage any of these cheating methods. No, I'd never do that. Check out the poll in the top right corner and you can vote for the most genius way kids cheat at school. I think it's the rubber bands, as the writing is totally hidden when you're not pulling them. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video guys, be sure to check out the crafty, subscribe and leave a comment saying you subscribed. That way I'm going to pull all the comments together and next top 10s video shout a bunch of people out. Please subscribe guys, because I think you're gonna love it. Just a few of the people who subscribed last time are Tyler Morton, Kale MC Gamer, James Neal, Daredevil Kid, Anna Sanchez, Hunter Subert, Sugary Sweet LPS, Pretzel2, Cooperborn, Matt Benidi, Fish Game and Adventures, Potato, Laker, It's Me Alfie, Everyday Banana, Oliver Tiger, Rodrin Cassil, Fayaz, Tottenham, Pokemon Guy, Eli, Hullinger, Uranium Gaming, Jim Queen, AA Plays, Mimi, Jameson Crawford, Ospice, Braden Patel, Henry Wheater, so thanks to all those guys who subscribed to The Crafty. But as always, thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now, leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.